What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Cross and Copper EDC. Today, we're taking a look at the Spyderco Native family, everything from the Lil Native all the way to the Native Chief. Let's get into it. I hope you are all doing great today. Welcome back to another video. Like I said in the intro, we're going to be doing the Native family today, just kind of a side-by-side comparison of all of the Native knives. I'm so glad you joined us today. If you're not following me on Instagram or TikTok, check the Linktree link down in the description. Click it and it'll take you to those other platforms. I would appreciate a follow there as well. Also, drop a comment below of which of the natives is your favorite and which one you would carry. Can't wait to hear and see what you would carry in the comments. So I am a huge fan of the Native 5, and this is the first Native of the Native family that I have owned. Also, a little precursor, if you hear dogs barking or a little jingling noise, I'm in my back porch at my new house, and we kind of had a stray cat follow us over here from the church. So we kind of got a cat now, but whatever. So the Native 5 is the one I've had the most experience with, and I absolutely love this knife. I mean, you can tell it's a little dirty. I use it a lot. Great ergonomics. I wear a extra large to a 2X glove, so you can imagine having a larger hand like I do. This fits great in my hand. I have plenty of room to grab onto it with that forward finger choil. Puts me in a really good cutting position for those push cuts and normal cutting tasks as well. Then the Lil Native is the smallest of the family. With my larger hands and that forward finger choil, I can still get a good grip on it. Although I do wish one thing they would do is the Native 5 has jimping. I wish they would add some jimping up here as well. And then same thing, same similar design on the Native Chief, jimping as well on the back, and good forward finger choil, and you definitely have enough handle room on this one. So let's take a look at individually all of these to start off with. So let's go smallest first. So this is the G10 model of the Lil Native. It is in CPM S30v, as y'all can see there. And this is the compression lock model. One thing that's interesting, out of all of the Natives, this one has, excuse me, the most locking options on it. So you can get the compression lock version, a back lock version, or I think they call it a mid back lock. And there's also a slip it or slip joint version of the Lil Native. As you can see, full flat grind, leaf shaped blade. And one thing I do love about this one is even though it's smaller, it does not really compromise on the thickness. So here's my Native 5 next to it. As you can see, it's basically identical in thickness. So even though it's smaller, it fills your hand well and you get a really good purchase on it. So compression lock means this one's very fidgety as well. I honestly think the others with the back lock are still just as fidgety, in my opinion. You just got to break them in really good. But we're not here to talk about fidgetiness. So as a larger handed guy or person, this one is a little bit more cramped, I feel, getting up on it. And I feel as having a larger hand, I have to really readjust my grip to get down to that compression lock, as to where some other Spyderco knives, I can just go right there and operate that compression lock rather than having to completely change my grip of the knife to close it. But not a big deal for me. Performance on this guy has been great. Love it as kind of like a little secondary knife with that full flat grind and that leaf shaped blade that Spyderco is known for. It really can tackle just about any EDC task you may have for it. It's just in a smaller package. So if you like smaller knives, then this would be the right Native for you. Or if you're just looking for a great secondary blade, this thing is gonna do a stellar job at that. And like I said, it is a little fidgety when I can flick it right, but action's great, super smooth out of the box. G10, very grippy. So you're not going to get any complaints out of me on the texturing there wire pocket clip. So a lot of people don't like the wire pocket clips. I kind of do, especially with being a pastor. I'm wearing khakis a lot, and this does not chew up my pocket as bad, I think, as some of the other pocket clips. So I quite enjoy it. So that's a quick look at the Lil Native. We'll just stick him right over here out of sight. Now, in my personal opinion, the best Native is the Native 5. I think, and this is the lightweight version with the FRN with the bi-directional texturing. And all three of the ones I have are in different steels. This one is in that CPM S30V. My Native 5, which is my favorite, is in S110, great steel. All of these are great steels. And then the Native Chief is in BD1N. So the cutting performance is going to vary depending on each of those. That's why you won't really see me doing any side-by-side cutting test. But each are great in their own right. So Native 5, as far as size and weight, especially this lightweight model, is perfect for my everyday use. Let's clean the blade off a little bit for you. That way you don't have to deal with all my nasty smudges. Half the time with having 3 kids, 3 and under, I find most of the time, if it's not a box getting opened, it's like a chicken nugget or a piece of cheese or fruit getting cut with my knives. So they stay a little bit dirty. Hope y'all don't hate me for that. But the Native 5 with my XL to 2XL hand, it just sinks in and fits just perfect. I love how I get that good grip. Love the jimping. It just catches my thumb. And I've had this one for a little over 3 years now, and the action just keeps getting better. I can't Spidey flick this one. I can get it close, but it's not really meant to Spidey flick. I apologize. The weather, wow. I apologize for hacking a little bit. The weather going from South Georgia, where I'm at now, back North Georgia, and weather being cold and hot is kind of affecting me. But this one, in my opinion, is the best Native in the series. Perfect size for EDC. Not too big, not too little. Can do just about any EDC task you need it to. And you get plenty of belly on that blade to tackle more of your cutting tasks like rope or anything like that you're going to need that belly for. And I love one thing they do on this one is there's actually jimping in the finger choil. You don't get that with the Lil Native, and I feel like it just doesn't feel as secure to me on this one. Now, I know that's probably because the Lil Native is not expected to be used as in many hard to use tasks, but still the back jimping on the back of the blade and the jimping in the finger choil would be a nice addition, I think, to the Lil Native. Great knife. I don't want it to sound like I'm bashing this at all. That's just a little small critique. But the Native 5, in my opinion, is almost the absolute perfect EDC knife, in my opinion. I love everything about it. Sorry, I'm trying to get my little table set up right for you here. Just about knocked everything off, but it's about perfect. Perfect size for me personally. Love that bi-directional texturing on that FRN. So you get a great grip no matter which way you're holding it, dry, wet, whatever. Great knife. And just a little note, I love S110. It might be one of my favorite steels that Spyderco has ever done. Let's see, will it focus? Come on. There we go. It just holds an edge well, good corrosion resistance, and nothing to complain about. So a little side by side, and this is one thing I think is interesting. There's not a huge size difference here. Not a big jump. So if you want to look really closely here, you only get, I don't know, maybe a quarter to a half inch more handle, but you get a good bit bigger of a blade with the Native 5. So if that's something you are looking for, you want something a little bit bigger, still very pocketable, no matter what situation you're in, Native 5 is going to be good. If you're wanting something smaller, more fifth pocket carry or complementary knife, I would go with the Lil Native all day, every day. And then the big brother to the group, the Native Chief. Now, this Native Chief is in BD1N, great steel, very compatible to some of the Spy 27 or Nitro V. It's going to be kind of in that line. Now, this is a big hunk of steel. If you want to look at it here, blade thickness is the same basically through the whole line. You might get a little bit actually thicker with the Lil Native, so it's going to be very stout, but all of them are very stout. You get a nice thin point on that Native Chief that you don't get as much with the other two. So if you want something, as I like to call it, a little more pokey, the Native Chief is going to be your thing. And if you like bigger knives, like I said, I wear a 2XL to XL glove, and I get a extremely great purchase, whether I'm up in the finger choil or utilizing just the handle. I still have plenty of room when I'm up in that finger choil. That's primarily where I like to hold it. That jimping on the back and in the finger choil just locks me in. Don't feel like I'm going to slip around at all, and I get plenty of room still left on the back of the handle. I really like the form factor of this. It's a bigger knife, obviously, but because of how, I guess you would say, thin in the pocket, it does not sit much wider at all. It's about the same. Yeah, it's basically the same as the Native 5 in the pocket. So even though it's a good bit longer, there's just a closed comparison of those two for you. Wait for everything to stop shaking. You get, I don't know, about a full inch longer on the handle and the blade on this one. And then there's the Lil Native. Hopefully that gives you a little bit better of a picture of those three in size comparison. But I feel like the biggest size jump is from the Native 5 to the Native Chief. It almost feels like there needs to be an in-between, or like a Native Scout or something like that. But I think this would be a really cool design for Spyderco to make a pocket fixed blade in. Just saying, I'm on a bit of a pocket fixed blade kick for my fixies. So, Spyderco, if you're looking for a good idea, native pocket fixie, I don't know, might be a good idea. But this is the biggest size jump, definitely going from the Native Chief to the Native 5. These two are fairly similar, but you jump about an inch going to these two in both blade and handle. Back to a little bit more about this. Because this is lightweight, it's FRN without liners. But, you know, I hear a lot of people complain about the lightweight stuff, like it's going to chip and break. And I've pushed these two pretty hard, I'm not going to lie. This Native 5 especially, I've put it through some stuff that probably was pushing its limits, and it just has not failed on me. And I really enjoy their lightweight models. I really honestly might prefer the lightweight in the Native series. Just love the way they feel. Really love the bidirectional texturing on that FRN. Just something about it. I really enjoy it. Now, you get the standard pocket clip on both of the lightweight models, and the Native, again, has that wire clip. But I just wanted to make this video. I felt like nobody had done a side-by-side comparison of all three of the knives together. It's typically a video on the Native 5 or the Lil Native or the Native Chief. I really just wanted to take the time and do a side-by-side comparison of all three, because I felt like that was kind of something missing on YouTube, was somebody comparing all three in one video. So Lil Native is going to be the smallest, obviously, Native 5, and then your Native Chief. And like I said, I feel like the biggest size jump is between the Native 5 and the Native Chief. These two are fairly similar, so if you like the Native 5 and you want something just a touch smaller, go with the Native, or the Lil Native, excuse me. I've said Native more times today than I think I've ever said in a single sentence or day. But Native Chief is going to be your best bet if you like a bigger, beefier, large bladed knife. That leaf shaped blade with that good pointy tip is going to do great for any of the EDC tasks you want to throw at it. And really, that's the theme through all of these. These are simple, easy to love knives. If you like a backlock, they have backlocks, and that's one thing I feel like is falling off. I love a good backlock. You know, I love the fidgety stuff like the compression lock, but there's nothing wrong with a backlocking mechanism. In my opinion, it's strong, it's reliable, and it's worked for years, and it's going to continue to work. So I love these two, and I love the Lil Native as well, compression lock and all. But just something about these two right here. I love them so much. I have bigger hands, so they fit really good in my hand. The Native Chief, plenty of room to work with and move around. But the Native 5, I think it might be one of the most perfect backlock knives there is on the market, just personally. Love everything about it. They come in a plethora of steels as well, so no matter if you're wanting something more budget end or something higher end and harder to get, they've got something no matter what your flavor and taste preference is as far as steels, handle materials, and whether you want the lightweight or G10 models. So if you're looking for a great knife to buy somebody you love for Christmas, or treat yourself and buy yourself a new knife, I can recommend every single one of the Native family knives, whether it's the Native Chief, Native 5, or Lil Native. I don't think you're going to be disappointed no matter which one you buy. Y'all have a blessed day, and remember, EDC is not just what's in your pockets, but it's what's in your hearts and minds as well. So make sure all of your EDC, mind, heart, and your pockets prepares you to have the best day possible. God bless each and every one of you.